I want y'all to get real excited for our next fucking comedian. It's his first showcase at the Statesman. And so I'm really excited for him. I've seen him blossom like a beautiful flower from his butthole. Y'all give it up for Chef J-Nose!
Fight for what's right, fight for your life.
Oh, you guys suck!
Cut the music. That song encapsulates my childhood and disappointment. Because, man, if you were a fucking Hogan fan and that music broke, that was like pre-Stone Cold. Like now when glass breaks, I'm looking for an ass whooping. But back before that, that was the song that like made your proverbial dick hard for the world. Like I'm about to fight some motherfucking terrorists, but I'm like 8. So I'm not really sure how to do that. So I just keep calling the National Guard number repeatedly. So that motherfucker calls my grandmother back like, please tell your grandson he's got to be 18 to serve this country. Terrorists would kick this fuck off a bridge. Like stop. Oh, shit. The older you get, fucking perspective shifts. And nothing you can do about it. Like, it just happens. Like, for instance, when my mom used to beat my ass, she would say, and this is a classic, I don't know if black mamas do this, but white mamas do this shit for sure. But they'll go, this is gonna hurt me more than it's gonna hurt you. And when you're 10, you're like, this bitch. But then you're like 22 and you've got your own kids and you're like, oh, this is emotional, I get it. Because I don't really like to beat my kids that much. I think she got off on that shit. Now I'm in my 40s and realize that she meant that shit. Because now if I beat my kid's ass, I'm in the fucking bed for 3-4 days. Fucking rip the fucking shoulder muscle, Did you know you could tear a rib? Yeah, like I didn't know sleeping could lead to hospital visits. Like this is some bullshit. Getting old is not for the faint of heart. Like I have to fuck different now. Like used to be, I remember being 20, like the fucking wind blows and my dick would be like, da 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 da. Unfortunately, it would be like really windy days a lot and I would just be like, well, I guess sweatpants aren't an option today. Because granted, my front bumper now hides it. Y'all would never know if I was hard now anyway. But back in the day, you could tell. I remember being in high school and wearing wind pants one day and I just fucking you fall asleep at your desk. You wake up with a dick hard, you can't help it. You be in fucking them old ass track pants and just stand up. Oh! And we had this Polish foreign exchange student. She's like, it's so big. I'm like, bitch, you a liar too. Thank you, plain-faced girl. Because that girl was as plain as a cardboard box. Like, bless your heart, plain, 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 plain. Like, I don't know what the Ukrainian word for plain is, but it was her name. Now, I've only been doing comedy about 3 months. But I've been funny most of my life. Mostly funny looking, but I can say funny shit from time to time. But I devised a game because I like crowds and I love crowd participation. Do you guys want to play a game?
Yeah!
It's called Choose Your Own Comedy. And what you do is give me a number 1 through 50 and I will do the bit that corresponds to the number. You guys get how the game works?
Yeah!
Are you ready to play?
Yeah!
1 to 50. Somebody give me a number.
37!
37. The age I was when I realized my butthole might not stay shut. Oh, this is a good one. How many of y'all have ever done psilocybin mushrooms? A few of you cool people. A few of you still have some things to learn. It's fine. So I got introduced to shrooms again in my adult life by a doctor who told me all of your PTS dreams can go away and you can have a fulfilling life again by taking this very tiny amount of psilocybin. And he was right. That shit has helped. 3 years, I have been psychotropic free. Round of applause. That's more woos, but I'll take it. And but that's not good enough for me because I'm fat. And I'm like, well, if Tylenol and weight equals this dose, I'll just eat the whole bag. And Yeah, math. Love it. Love it. Common Core. So, my wife and I decided we're going to go to Cordova Mall in Pensacola. After leaving the VA, also in Pensacola, I consume bag of mushrooms. And we go to the mall, to where they provided us with, this is a thing in Florida, by the way, you're welcome, wine daiquiris at the mall. Yeah, on the inside you're like, what? But on the outside you're like, what? And believe me, we were walking through the mall like, what? Just to get some Victoria's Secret perfume. My wife doesn't wear panties, so there's no other reason to be there. Just facts. So we leave the mall, headed home. 98's a long road when you start tripping, boys and girls. And I'm listening to Tool in a minivan, so it couldn't be any more sad. I'm driving toward the sunset, and my arms start to become rather long, and my hands become the size of Barbie doll hands. And I pilot this spaceship of dadness all the way home, thinking, glad I didn't kill anyone. Or this buzz. All right, guys, give me another number.
27.
I'm going to go with 12. First one hurt. But I'm 27. All right, 12. Cocaine versus Coke. In 2019, I moved down to the beach and started working at a very popular bar. And I learned in 3 days what a lot of people take a long time to learn is it might be the beach and it might be summertime, but it snows all the time. I mean, like, a lot. So much so, I've seen drunk bitches trying to snort the white line off the pavement. Like, bitch, that's concrete. But when I moved back up here, I had to stop saying this one thing. When I'd work at a restaurant, I'd be like, you guys want a drink? They'd be like, well, Coke. And I'd go, out of habit, glass or gram? Give me another number.
27.
27. Weird sex at 40. This is what's weird about it. At 20, I mostly instigated the sex. And a lot of you guys know what this is like. You start, making suggestions, little nudges, little comments that remind your woman, by the way. But when your dick stops performing like it used to, your wife starts doing those things to you. And this gets weird, because my wife starts reminding me like, oh, did you take your pill today? My flower could use some sperm. You could kiss it. All this time, all I had to do was stop getting hard, and this is what I could have got. Man, I played this game backwards. Best sex of my life, though, y'all, for real. Like, sex at 40 is different, because you have to work up to it. It's not like an all-the-time thing. It's like, if you got flowers every day, you'd be like, oh, flowers, great. I mean, they're pretty, but they're every day. But if you only get them every once in a while, it means more, right? Give me another number.
69.
It's 1 to 50, you non-counting son of a bitch. All right, 1. Any minute here ever had a vasectomy? Fucking 2 people. Thank you all for this. For you guys that are considerate, let me give you one piece of the story you don't get. I have been a man through this whole fucking process. 79-year-old VA doctor, shaky hands, does this surgery with me awake, and it sucked. And I survived that shit. I held my shit together all the way until the very last appointment, the one that they don't explain how to feel about. And that is, at the end of this, after manually expressing your balls no less than 30 times, you get to go to a clinic and jerk off in a cup. And I had to go to that clinic, and you think you're fine until this weird woman hands you a paper bag with a cup and a key and tells you to go down the hall. I go down to the hall and open up this door, and at first you're like, a room to beat off in. But then you realize it's a room to beat off in. Which means other people have. And I'm a kind of a germaphobe, so I'm like, do they clean it? I'm on the 6th floor of a hospital. Yeah, really. Hand sanitizer, which I would have used, and that was at Jackson Hospital, but somebody stole it off the wall. That's called a callback. Learned that one today. But dude, I'm struggling because the fucking DVD player doesn't work, TV won't come on, my phone has no service. I'm having to resort to I called my wife and I'm like, give me something. She's like, I'm at work. What do you want me to do? I'm like, Mom, talk dirty something. She's like, I can't do this right now, and hung up on me. And I got it done. Give me another number.
50.
25. Did y'all know? If you go to Pornhub.com and you type in the search bar porn bloopers, it will do two things. It will make your fucking day, and it will ruin porn for you. I encourage it anyway. Give me another number.
13.
13? All right, consulting the page. All right, guys. How many of y'all got kids?
Woo!
How many of y'all have kids old enough to video game with?
Woo!
Okay, I come from a time where as a dad, you are required by the law of dadness to beat your kid's ass at everything. And I mean throwing paper wads in the trash, arcing a rake over the fence, football passes, it doesn't fucking matter. You are under law to beat their ass and humble them. And then video games come along. When the Sega Genesis existed and there were 3 buttons, I could kick your ass at any football game existing. My kids regularly fuck me up and then make me feel like shit for it now. I wasn't ready for that. Like my littlest kids, like, you want to play Fortnite? And I'm like, yeah, that sounds awesome because I get to kill shit. Nope. I run around the whole time because I'm like, something shiny, something shiny. I feel like we lose and my kid just fucking fucks me with his eyes, like, because he cares about this thing called a KD. I don't even know what that means, but it pisses him off. Give me another number, guys.
50.
50. All right. I'm going to close on this one, guys, but this is going to hit hard. I want to tell you guys how I found out I was fat. I know you're thinking, what, you didn't walk past a mirror? Yes, I have, you assholes. But no, this is way more clever than that. I went to weigh myself, and my scale said, And I didn't know what meant, so I thought battery must be dying. So I replaced it. Not once, not twice, 4 times. And this motherfucker kept saying So I did the next logical thing in the human evolution, and I Googled that shit. Turns out, at 313 pounds, that scale will say As if to say, you fucking serious? Get off me, you fat motherfucker. So I'm going through some weight loss therapy through the VA, and they send me a scale that can weigh up to 500 pounds. And I know you're thinking it said too, but it didn't. But it does one thing meaner than that. I can't stealthily check my weight anymore. You want to know why? Because this fucking thing talks. So at 6 in the morning when I get up, my wife hears, "You weigh 314 pounds, you fat fuck." I'm J Dubs God. Thank y'all so much.